Evening, people. Welcome back to the channel. Is my mic on? Yeah, my mic's on. Yes, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're bringing you Next Gen Racing's Team vs Team GR3 event. This event is sponsored by Team Oliver Racing, so big shout out to the guys down at Team Oliver Racing, Michael and Stuart down there. Crazy guys, race trucks. Went to see them the other week. They're bonkers. That's about all I can say. To see those things ripping around Donington Park was a sight to be seen, I'll tell you that. Right, so tonight, round 5 live from Fuji circuit. It's an enduro tonight, so slightly different setup. A 50-minute race. We've got a 20-minute quali, and into I think it's a 20-minute quali, or we'll find out in a second. I've just had the details up as well. So tyre wear is at ×5, fuel is at ×3. Just getting the settings put right. Evening, Bob. Scally, how you doing, brother? Burnt Fright, how you doing? You had a good race on Sunday night, didn't you? In those N300s. Computer's died again. Ooh. No, don't restore. It won't work. Just gonna have to put a hammer through it. So yes, round 5 tonight. Enduro, 50 minutes round this quite awkward little track. It is well used, but it is still awkward under full race conditions. JRC, evening. Right, let's see who we got in the room. So, it's an open lobby by the look of it for the qualifying. So even if we haven't got 1 or 2 drivers turning up late, they can still join. So we've got Potter McPot, we've got Burnt Fry, MRC Bobby, MRC Dangly Ball, Surfer Ev, MRC Buddy, IDTSH Nicolaitis, Gmod 21, NGR Jambu and PAV 46. Let's have a quick flick through, see what they're driving, because for all season I've been getting Potter's car wrong. It's not the M3, it's the M6, so corrected myself, but I'm still going to call it the M3 at some point tonight, so don't worry about it. So Potter in the M6, and he said it then, GT3 Workenhorst or Walkenhorst. Got Burnt Fry in the Lexus. Got Bobby in the Audi. Dangly Ball in the Renault. I've got Surfer Ev in the M6 as well. Buddy in the R8. Got IDTSH in the McLaren 650S. G-Marge in the AMG GT, the R8 LMS for Jambu, and PAV 46 in the R8 as well. It's quite a popular car this season, along with the Mercedes. It wasn't so stable last season. Not a big fan favourite of some of the drivers. Right, let's get ourselves on track and look at Potter's M3. There it is. A bit big for an M3 Potter, that's all I'm saying. It's a nice livery you've got on there tonight. Is that Infinity Champs something or other, winning things? I don't know whether you've taken that league or not. While we're just flicking through this qualifying, in fact I'm going to leave all the stuff off the screen while we just run through the first bit of quali. Give you boys some glory shots of this iconic Fuji circuit. While we look for some points. Right. So 2 lobbies running tonight. You're watching the pros of me, darksmoka. We have got the pro-ams running as well on Ghost Realm Gaming's channel. Can't tell you what the points are there. But in this league, we've got Potter McPot leading the way. way out front as well. He's got 150 points. MRC Bobby in second place, he's on 99 points. Pav 46 in third, he's on 95 points. TNR Philo in fourth with 84 points. Jambu fifth, 79 points. Nicolaidas sixth, 71 points. Diablo seventh, 62 points. That's a point I don't see Diablo in the room. Burnt Fry in 8th with 51 points, Chrome Dix 9th with 49 points, Dangly Ball in 10th with 46 points, VQS Dawson, one of the standard drivers, in 11th, he's on 36 points, Purzel in 12th with 32 points, G Marge 13th, 31 points, Surf Ev in 14th with 26 points, and MRC Buddy in 15th with 24 points. That is current standings up until now. Right, who have we been looking at? MRC Buddy, that's enough of you. So we'll have lap times coming in. Let's turn all the gubbins on so even I can see what we're looking at. There we go. Right, so currently Bobby up front, 137.2. Still got some drivers to come through. Bobby's just coming around for his second hot lap. He's been pushed into second. Potomac Pot gone quicker with a 137.0. Bob Bristow, evening. Stop talking to me and pay attention, drive your car. I suppose if you're sitting in the pits you can have a chat. Dangling Ball sitting in third, 138.0. Nicolaidas fourth, 138.168. See how he gets on in the McLaren tonight. Pav 46 currently sitting in fifth. 138.3, Surfer Ev 6th at 138.4. These positions will all change. MRC Buddy, he's currently sitting in 8th with a 139.0. G Marge 9th, 139.1. Jambu 10th, no hot lap. Oh, no, that's start lap. Yeah, unfortunately no Diablo tonight. Possibly forgot to set his alarm again. He does actually live in Australia. Has to wake up at the crack of dawn to race with us English or Europeans. So fair play to Diablo for making it as many weeks as he has. I don't know whether he races with Australians, but he's always up to race with the English sim racing groups. Potomac Pot going quicker, 136.854. So 2/10 out of his previous lap. Bobby back out on track. Dangly Ball's just going a bit slow as one or two drivers come through on hot laps. Oh, got one or two drivers in the grass. Who was that? That was Potomac Pot. So Dangly Ball sitting in third. He was saying his Renault was struggling, but here he is. Third place on the grid at the minute. Nicolaidas in the McLaren. Nice looking car. So set up tonight, they are only allowed one set of each type of tyre. So they've got a racing soft, a racing medium and a racing hard. They can only use one compound, well, one of each compound throughout the whole race. So only 3 sets of tyres throughout the whole race. There's no pit window or anything like that. They can come in the pits as many times as they like to repair if they get any crash damage or anything like that. Damage is on heavy in these lobbies, so it does mean a trip to the pits to get your car repaired if you pick up damage. Collider's going quicker, a little bit of a glitch from him there, so he's put in a 1:37.8. So yeah, they can come in to the pits as many times as they want for fuel or repairs, but they have only got to stick with those 3 sets of tyres. Any more than that and they will pick up a penalty for next week's race. Billy Miller is in the house, sitting comfortably. Billy Miller, we've got a full 50-minute enduro for you tonight. It'll start off a bit fighty, and then it will stretch out, and then it'll all get a bit fighty again at the end. You watch. Burnt Fry in my favourite livery. Got himself up into 4th, 1:37.9. Oh, as he slams. What are you doing? Scratching all that paint up, look. Mind that decal down the side. Most important bit. That ball then been pushed down to 5th. Was sitting in 3rd. It's got the Martin Oliver Transport logo down the side of the car. It's tonight's sponsors, along with Team Oliver Racing. One and the same. One's the commercial side of the business, and one's the Maniacs. PAV 46. So 5th place. We just had a driver leave the lobby. I think Bobby's dropped out. I'm sure he'll be back. So that puts PAV up into 5th. Now let's see if I can dig out a track map for this place. Bathurst. Flipping at Zuka. Brands. South. Brands. Why? Pav getting himself up into 3rd then. 1:37.4. I'll be back in the lobby then. He's just got to... Right, he's gone through the first sector, so he does keep his position. That's not it. It's not looking good. No. That's another Bathurst. God damn it. Alright. That's not working. I'm sure I've got a track map for this joint. I'm sure of it. Where are you, damn it? It's alright, we'll take our eye off Pav in a second. Look at Nicolaitis. Where was he? Down this start-finish straight. Let's go on board with Nicolaitis. So down into the first turn, very awkward, almost hairpin. May see 1 or 2 drivers running it wide. It's quite easy to spin the rear end up as well and stick it on into the inside wall. I've seen a few drivers do that as well. So hard on the brakes into the left. Dropping down the hill. Oh, if I find a track map, I'll tell you what these turns are called. It's that long sweeping tightening right down to the awkward elbow, and then running a little bit wide there for Nicolaitis, but hard on the power all the way through here, all the way down this straight down towards the little kink at the bottom, the hairpin into the kink. You'll see a few drivers being overtaken down that little straight as well, back through this little back section. Again, very awkward through here, a lot of off-camber turns. Just not doing too bad. He's on a fresh set of racing softs at the minute. Yeah, just through there, a lot of drivers will lose their rear end, especially once the tyre wear starts kicking in. And through that final turn then, down the long start-finish straights. Still no track map for Fuji. That's how bad it's got. Look, I'm looking to see if I've drawn it somewhere. Unfortunately, I've only got one screen to look at, so I can't even pull it up on another screen. Biller. That's a new name. It's not Billy Miller anymore. It's Biller. Right, let's have a flick through the order. What are we? 14 minutes in. Potter McPot's still leading with that 1:36.854. MRC Bobby just putting in a little purple sector, holding on to second position on the grid. So what is he? Quarter of a second back from Potter's time. Potter's on a so he's on about a 1:37.1-ish for Bob. Dangleball's got himself back up into third, 1:37.3. So the Renault liking it here at Fuji. Pav back up into fourth, 1:37.4. Burnt Fry in fifth, 1:37.5. Nicolaitis in sixth, then 1:37.851. Surfer Ev has moved up the pack a little bit. He's in seventh. Is he? There's lap two, 1:38.430. I thought you were further down, Ev. No offence, buddy. He's in eighth. 1:39.016 for Buddy. Got someone doing donuts. It's got to be Bobby or Burnt Fry. It's only Bobby or Burnt Fry. G Marge in. Oh, so we've just had a driver drop out of the lobby. His fastest time of 1:39.0. So we'll have to wait for Bobby and Jambu to come back through the first sector before their times register again. And Nicolaitis. Could be G Marge at the back of the pack when the rest of these guys come through that timing mark. Oh no, sorry, Jambu. Jambu getting penalised from last week, so Jambu will actually start at the back of the pack. I forgot about Jambu. There he is, sitting out in the pits. So yeah, penalised. He doesn't get to set a qualifying time. He just has to sit it out at the back in the pits there until everyone else is finished. And then he starts from the back of the pack. Okay, so it is Burnt Fry doing donuts. Where's Bobby? He's either putting a lap in or he's doing donuts. Bob. I'm disappointed. Here we go, look. He's listening. He is listening. I'm taking the camera off you now, Bob, so you can stop it. So, all drivers come to a standstill then. We have got drivers all over the track. Potter just getting it all set up, and we will jump into this 50-minute enduro. Burnt Fry. That's the usual suspects. It always is. It happens in the P1 lobbies as well. Don't get me wrong. But it is always Burnt Fry and Bobby in the MRC or next gen sort of lobbies. It's their trait. Bob knows he's on camera, look. And Burnt Fry. Stop it. There, Bob, that's enough for you. Let's look at Burnt Fry. Oh, Burnt Fry's got control, Bob. You were just causing chaos. Look. That's not control. Thought you could drive. Look, here's a proper racing driver, look. Still out doing laps, even though qualifying's over. Or maybe not actually doing laps, but because his car is ghosted. He still gets to sort of see the lines, learn the track. Unlike MRC Bobby. This was quali, Billy. This is quali. We're just waiting for, well, I'm not quite sure what we're waiting for. Probably Potter McPot to set the grid up because he's got to throw Jambo in at the back. Jambo got penalised from last week's race. The chaos at the final turn in Tokyo. Race 1, lap 1. Bob, hello. Yeah. So I think we've just struggled with actual quali settings. You know, when you actually put it into qualifying mode, it can cause all sorts of problems with pit glitching and drivers being stuck on the grid and stuff like that for some strange reason. So they switched back to sort of open qualifying. So yeah, it does make it a little bit confusing when you sort of see a practice stroke race rather than no qualifying as such. So Dangly Ball's got to be happy with his third. It's 4 MRC drivers at the front. This is a team versus team event, so we've got MRC Next Gen and CRT. Do we have any Sim FX drivers in? We've also not got TNR Philo tonight. I think he was driving for Sim FX. Try being semi-serious, look. That can't be right. His dad's back in the seat. And Bob's been hauled out the seat by his dad as well. So for Ev, nice and calm in the sand. I don't actually know what's taking so long. Okay, so just catching up with the chat. TNR Philo can't make it. He's moving house tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm sure he's got stuff packed up. So it looks like most drivers have got themselves to track. Just Jambu and Marge parked up in the pits at the minute. I'm sure they'll get the call from lobby host Potter McPot. Buddy still pumping those laps in, familiarising himself with the track, learning the car as it wears its tyres out. It'll all benefit him. CJW, evening, how you doing? Bob stepping in to mediate. That's Bert Frigo spearing across the track in front of us. So Potter McPot just rolling now. That's a good sign. That means we should be starting the race any second. we're not that PC on this channel, CJ. Right, let's have it, Potter. What time have we got? Yeah, race was supposed to start at 20:55. Brown fizzy pop time. And there we go. So Potter giving the shout all to track. So Marge, he's off. Jambu's already on his way out. So 50-minute enduro just about to start. So Marge out the pits, Potter can press the button, so we're in. See how MRC Bobby gets on this week. He got some good results. See if he can close that gap up on Potter McPot. It's a big gap as well. 51-point gap between Potter and Bob. But yes, MRC drivers up front. Let's see how they get on. So the lights are on. Let's see if we get any false starts. We actually get to see all drivers. This is a good start from everyone. Jambu starting all the way from the back. Let's see how he gets on in tonight's race. It's a long one. MRC Bobby has taken the lead from Potter McPot. Pav 46 getting through as well, so the Audi's doing well off the start. MRC Buddy also up into 4th. Potter McPot having to slide to 3rd position. Buddy into 4th, then Burn Fry 5th. Surfer EV running himself a little bit wide in 6th, so under pressure from Dangly Balls in 7th now then. Heading down towards this almost hairpin. IGTSH under pressure from Jambu, going down the inside. Almost has his nose chopped off by IGTSH. A little bit of a contact with Surfer Ev. Surfer Ev obviously getting that turn wrong. Slow out of there, just catching Nicolaitis out. So they're going to be about 3 wide when they come down to this hairpin kink at the bottom. Nicolaitis running into the back of... oh my god, it's all going wrong. Jambu running into the back of Surfer Ev. Marge getting collected as well. Oh, he's way off the pace. 3.9 seconds down for G Marge. Not having a great start. No damage on his car. But looks a little bit loose. He is out on the racing hards. Slower tyre. Potter McPot in the meantime has got himself back up into top spot past Bobby. Burnfry's made his way through into 3rd as well in the Lexus. Now we've got Dangly Ball. Who is that? Dangly Ball, Buddy and Pav all battling it out for 4th. It's going to be 3 wide as they come down to final turn. Quiet, Pav's had to back out and drop himself into the slipstream. Dangly Ball chucks himself down the inside of Buddy. Gets the position done for now. Buddy can't. Can he hold on to that inside line into this next turn, or is he going to back out and let Dangly Balls keep it? He backs out, he has to slot back in behind Pav 46 as well, so Pav 46 getting through as up into 5th. But he pushed down into 6th, Surfer Ev 7th. After his, oh, Jambu running it massively wide through there. Back on track, but he's lost a lot of time due to that. He's got front and rear damage due to that little bit of contact at the bottom of this hill right here. He's decided to stick it out, not come into the pits. So now Marge to close the gap, 3 seconds down now on those hard tyres. So Potter McPot leads the pack through, 1.3 second lead he's got in the BMW, out on the medium tyres. Bobby in the graffitied Audi in second. So he's out on the hard tyres, not doing a bad job at the minute on those hards, Bob. We wanted to get rid of those pretty quick though. Burnt Fry then third, 2.3 seconds back. So we're starting to spread out already. Balls up in fourth. Pav hot on his tail though as they head down here. Let's see if Pav can get a good tow. He does. Chucks himself up the right hand side of Dangly Ball. He's going to get this position very early on. Burnt Fry losing the tail end. Pav losing the tail end as well, but he does hold on to that position up into fourth. Now he gets to hunt down Burnt Fry in front. 1.1 second gap between the pair. Purple sectors as well for Pav. He also had some good races Sunday night in the N300s. So Dangly Ball fifth. Big gap back to sixth place. 3.2 seconds back to MRC Buddy. So for Ev, pretty close. Nicolaides pretty close as well. And then big gap back to G Marge. 5.4 seconds. Looks like Jambu's been in the pits. He's had that damage repaired, so he can battle it out for the remaining 45 minutes. So he started from the back, he is on the hards. Keep an eye on him. Potomac Pot extends his lead. He's got it to 2.2 seconds over MRC Bob. Those hard tyres. Just a little bit slower than Potter's coming through these tighter turns at the end of this circuit. So Burnt Fry on the mediums, not doing too bad a job. 1.9 back from Bobby. Pav is closing that gap on him. Just got to watch for the attack from Dangly Ball. It could be a repeat of last lap. Dangly Ball up the inside then, going for that fourth position back. Nice and cleanly for Dangly Ball. Tail end did get a little bit squirmy as he came out of there. Pav 46 nowhere he could go into turn 2, not quite close enough. It's going to slow the pair of them down if he makes a move through there anyway. So Nicolaides got himself up into 6th. What's happened to MRC Buddy? He's got it wrong somewhere. He's picked up a penalty, possibly turn 1. I wasn't watching the mini-map, I didn't see him, any cars go firing off. Loses that penalty through here though. So Nicolaides up into 6th. Surfer Ev making a move on him down the hill towards this hairpin. Up the inside for Surfer Ev. Nicolaides trying to run it around the outside, he does. So just about holds on to this position. Surfer Ev unfortunately just not carrying enough speed through there to run it side by side with Nicolaides. So has to hold on to 7th. Bit of a gap back to Buddy though, 3.4 seconds. Buddy's struggling a little bit in the Audi tonight. Oh, he's put the power down too early. He's thrown the rear end round. Smashed it into the wall, he's picked up a bit of damage. He has only got one turn to go before he gets to the pits. But that's not what he wants. Down at the back of the pack at the minute for Buddy. Oh, sorry, it's oh yeah, it is the final turn, yeah. Looks like he's going to stop out with that damage, is he? Maybe, no, maybe he is coming in. No, he is. Get damage repaired. He'll probably keep the mediums on. A little bit too early to change those yet. So, Potomac Pot increasing his lead, 2.9 seconds. MRC Bobby coming under increased pressure from Burnt Fry in 3rd. So Burnt Fry's pulled a gap from Pav 46 as well, 3.7 seconds between Burnt Fry and Pav. Dangly Ball still chasing him down as well. These two look like they're going to have a good fight for the rest of the race. Yeah, gap starting to stretch between Dangly Ball in 5th and Nicolaides in 6th. 4.5 seconds. Surfer Ev still not managed to get past Nicolaides and hold on to that position, so still in 7th. charge up into 8th. He was running around at the back on the racing hards. He's got himself in front of Jambu. Jambu picking up damage, having to get that repaired. Buddy doing the same thing. Now 10.5 seconds back for Buddy. Almost looks like you're driving that thing on hards, Buddy. Very loose. Like I say, these turns are the turns around the back half of the track of a lot of off-camber sections. Can just catch you out if you're not ready for them. Pot extending again, 3.2 seconds. Doing a good job on those mediums, not thrashing them to death. Bobby out on the hards, under some serious pressure from Burnt Fry. I think we're going to see a move before the end of this lap. So Bob on the hards, Burnt Fry on the medium tyres, heading down this back straight. Burnt Fry not quite close enough to go for a lunge at this hairpin. That's what I was expecting it to happen, but he just holds on to Bobby's rear end. Just about. Needs to keep it cleaner than that. Hold on to Bob's rear end as they come around this final turn. Try and use the slipstream down the straight to get past that Audi. Let's see what the Lexus has got then. So Audi versus Lexus. The gap is only half a second. Short shifting from Burnt Fry, trying to save a bit of fuel as well. So the slipstream starting to kick in now. Don't think he'll get it before the turn. Look like you're only hitting 166 there, Burnt Fry, even with the toe. Just close up on Bobby, but still unable to get past him. So not quite sure how you've got that car set up, but if you can only get 166 with a toe, I don't think you stand a hope in hell's chance, really. I think the other drivers are doing about 169. Although there's a good bit of driving down the inside. Can Bob cut back? No. Burnt Fry held his position. Oh, but Bob carries more speed through. Holds on to that second position. Nice driving, Bob. There's Pottinger Pot going around that hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Burnt Fry giving Bob all sorts of pressure at the minute, trying for that second position. GT Fun Live, how you doing? Hello Darksmoka, see you next Monday. Ah, okay. You're in the team versus team, are you? So, dangling balls. He's got himself past PAV 46. Medium tyres starting to wear out both of these drivers' cars at the minute, but Dangly Ball's got himself up into 4th and pulled himself a 1.2 second gap, so dropped PAV out of the slipstream range. Won't be happy about that. He'll be wanting to hang on to coattails of Dangly Balls down this straight. Keep that fight going. And a gap back to Nicolaides, 4.7 seconds. Hard on the brakes into turn 1. McLaren looking and sounding good through there. A little bit of a drift from Nicolaides. Surfer Ev been dropped from that fight as well a little bit, 2.5 seconds back now. These two were having a good old fight for that 6th position. Like I say, that's what happens in these Enduros. It all starts off a bit punchy. They stretch out during the middle and then it all gets a bit punchy again at the end. So Jambu up into 8th, starting from the back of the pack on the hards. He has had to pit already for damage, but he's got himself past G Marge, who's also out on the hards. And Buddy, who's he's out on the mediums, but he's picked up damage himself. So coming in now to get rid of those medium tyres. See whether he takes some more fuel as well. He doesn't necessarily have to. No, he's not, so he comes out on the softs. So that gives him the hard option as his final set. And he is at the back of the pack, 52.1 seconds off of G Marge. But the first of the drivers to come in for tyres. Potomac Pot, nice comfortable lead for him at the minute, 5.7 seconds. Bobby still under threat from Burnt Fry, but literally just looks like Burnt Fry cannot get the speed to get past Bobby. He was literally hanging onto that rear wing of Bob's car down that start-finish straight. Unable to get past for Burnt Fry. It's a shame really, because it's the best livery. It'd be nice to see that in second. No offence, Bob. So still on between Bobby and Burnt Fry. Langley Balls pulled more of a gap over Pav. He's picked up a bit of a penalty he's got to drop. 0.4 of a second, but he's pulled an awful lot of time over Pav 46. 2.8 seconds the gap there. Nicolaitis gained a couple of tenths, but still 4.5 seconds back from that 5th position. Way out of the fight with Surfer Ev now. Surfer Ev losing a bit of time to Nicolaitis. 7th place, 3.5 seconds down. So Jambu closing the gap actually on the hards. Burkhart liveried. Is Dad not racing tonight? A few drivers missing tonight actually. So there's usually NGR Perzel as well. No Perzel, no Diablo, no TNR Philo. So Jambu through that final turn in 8th, 4.9 seconds off the back of Surfer Ev. No need to pit, plenty of fuel and plenty of wear left on those racing hards. So Margin 9th, also out on the hards. Buddy first of the stoppers out on the soft purple sector for him as well. The car looking a lot better with those soft tyres on. Let's just stick with Buddy, see if he sticks in fastest lap of the race. Currently held by Potomac Pot on a 1:38.2 on the medium tyre. Buddy on the soft through this final turn. Not quite. 1:38.3, 10 slower than Potters. There's the man himself, 5.7 second lead over MRC Bobby. Bobby's done well to hold on to that second position from Burnt Fry. Like I say, I just don't think Burnt Fry has got the speed in that car. Keep an eye on that speedo at the bottom. So Bob doing 160. 66 maximum there for Burnt Fry. I'm sure these other drivers are getting about one. Let's have a look. Oh, it's 166. Wassel 167 there from Pav. Oh, maybe it is about right then. I thought they were getting slightly quicker down these long straights. Pot just getting a bit drifty. He's hanging on to it though. So he got the fastest lap of the race on lap 2. Managed to get himself out front and just tore away with it. Burnt Fry in the meantime, I've missed the move, but he's managed to get himself past MRC Bobby, although Bobby's piling the pressure back on him. Burnt Fry on the medium tyres, a lot of wear on those already though. Look at Potomac Pot's mediums. He's been comfortable out front. He's not had to battle anyone as such. Burnt Fry, on the other hand, has spent most of the race trying to get past Bob so far. He's up into second. Let's see if he chucks himself in the pits now. He's got plenty of fuel to do a few more laps. But he might want shot of those worn out mediums. He's going to do another lap by the look of it. Bobby, on the other hand, is going to come in the pits and get rid of those hard tyres. Quarter of a tank on board for Bob. Ball still holding on to a little bit of penalty. So he gets himself up into third position due to the pits. Tries to lose his penalty into the first turn. Doesn't quite work. Doesn't lose it all. Gains more time over PAV 46 though. 4.3 seconds. Medium tyres starting to wear out on Pav's Audi there. Surfer Ev has got himself up into fifth. He's got a little bit of rear end damage. He's got the drivers who have pit coming through behind him. MRC Bobby being one of those. Comes back out the pits in 6th place then on the racing softs. Gone for an absolutely brimmed tank. We'll see how long that lasts him. A little bit of a nudge on Surfer Ev as they come around this, I'm sure it's called 200R, that one. Nice wide line through there, gets past Surfer Ev up into 5th then for Bobby. Not a lot Surfer Ev can do with that. He's on the worn set of mediums. He's got a little bit of a buckle to his rear left as well. Jambu, in the meantime, has got himself up into 7th. Still on those hard tyres, quarter of a tank left. So yeah, we'll see how Jambu gets on by the end of this race. Don't worry, we're not going to forget him for the rest of this race. Nikolaitis also back out of the pits in 8th, fresh set of racing softs. Not taking up much fuel though for Nikolaitis. So G Marge still out on the hards. Buddy on those on his second set, the softs. Bert Fry in the pits now as well. Let's just have a flick through. So Potter's been in. He's out on the hard tyres. He's got 13, nearly 14 seconds over Bobby. Bobby on the softs. A little bit of a penalty he's got to drop, but he is back in front of Bernd Fry. Bernd Fry also out on the softs. So this will be an interesting race now. Let's see if Bernd Fry can get past us easily. Now they're on the same tyre. So Jambu's got himself up into 4th. And he's got 3.5 seconds over 5th place Dangly Ball. Obviously he's going to lose that when he does come in the pits. Doing alright so far. Quarter of a tank on board, just under. Dangly Ball's 5th then. He's just come out of the pits on a fresh set of racing softs. 3/4 of a tank he's got on board. Nikolaitis got that half tank and the softs. G Marge yet to pit. Pav out on the hards, just over half a tank. So Pav will have the softs for his final stint. Surfer Ev out on the hard tyre now, just over half a tank for Surfer, sitting in 9th position. And Buddy, I keep seeing little purple sectors next to your timer there, Buddy, but I don't see a fastest lap. What's going on? Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot. Fun bits, fun live, GT Fun Live. Appreciate it. So that gap between Potter and Bobby come down. Like I say, Potter is on the hard tyre on the M6. Bobby on the mediums, sorry, on the softs, along with Bernd Fry, who's closed the gap on him. So these two will be chopping chunks out of Potter's time. Reg, evening my friend, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. But Bobby's chucked in fastest lap of the race, 1:37.8. That's another second they've taken out of Potter. Chopping chunks out of Potter's time. The different tyre showing the differences, I suppose. So within half a lap, they've almost taken another second out. Potter just lost a little bit through that last turn there. But it had got down to 9.1. So, Burnt Fry, will he go for a move? He's trying to go up the inside already. Not a lot Bobby can do with that. The slipstream coming into effect. So both of these drivers now punching a hole through the air. Bob looks like he is carrying a little bit more speed. So Burnt Fry still under threat for that position. Bob's coming back at him. No, he backs out of it. Purple sector there for Burnt Fry as well. Bob doing all he can to stick with Burnt Fry. Doesn't want to let Burnt Fry just start running off. But the gap between Burnt Fry in second and Potter now down to 7.9 seconds. But this will all change again when Bob getting it a little bit wrong through there. Loses a bit of time to Burnt Fry. Yeah, it will all change again when they come back in the pits for the final stint. Dangleball's holding on to fourth. He'll be very happy with this one. Nikolaitis in fifth as well. Pav 46. So losing a couple of positions down into sixth position. Jambu seventh, so he's come back out of the pits in seventh. He's 2.9 back from Pav. Both driving the Audi. It's Pav on the soft tyre. No, Pav was on the hard, so you may well see Jambu close that gap up on Pav. Surfer Ev back out of the pits on the hards in 8th. He's only 2.3 back from Jambu himself. He's got plenty of gap behind him to G-Marge. G-Marge come out of the medium this time. Ditch those hard tyres. Let's see if he can start closing up on these drivers, which obviously means he's going to have the softs for his final stint. So he can run fast and light as he runs out of fuel. Let's see how he gets on. Buddy still rolling around at the back. What is he, 23.6 seconds down? He's not had the best of races as Buddy. That Audi looked pretty loose on the hard tyres. It looked a little bit better on the soft tyres when it came out, but it's starting to look a little bit loose again now. So just over halfway through this Enduro, 50-minuter. The pack well spread out now. We have got a couple of little battles going on. We've got Burnt Fry and Bobby, although Bobby's been dropped by Burnt Fry by about a second. Lexus a lot better on its rear tyres than the Audi. Bobby having to take it a little bit more cautiously around these tight turns, not to spin that rear end up. Another 10th to Burnt Fry, another 2 tenths in fact. So the gap between Potter and Burnt Fry down to 4.5 seconds. We're going to pretty much caught up with him by the end of this next lap, I think. Get ourselves on board with, let's change that up a little bit, maybe that one, bonnet cam, let's go for that one. So that's Potter Pot going around to turn 2. Burnt Fry will be doing everything he can to try and keep that car pointing in the right direction. As tight as possible to those apexes, close that time up on Potter, taking another second out of him there, down to 3.3 seconds. Back straight, close up on him again into the hairpin at the bottom. Almost another half second. Just extend back up. So Burnt Fry on the soft tyre, Potter on the hards. He did have 14-second lead over second position when he came out the pits. And that's the difference between the racing softs and the racing hard tyre. Going for a drift out of the final turn, but he has got the gap down to 3 seconds, taking another half second out of Potter and Pot, so not quite closed up as soon as I thought. If Burnfry can keep it pointing in a straight direction, that might help. And not run himself on turn 1 as he tries to avoid MRC Buddy coming out of the pits, who runs himself wide trying to avoid Burnfry. So unfortunately loses a bit of time to Potter again. Brings Bobby back into the fight with him. Bobby will be quite happy about that. So Dandy Ball's quite comfortable in 4th at the minute. He's got 6.5 seconds in front and almost 5 seconds back to Nikolaitis in 5th. Nikolaitis is out on those soft tyres. Dandy Ball's also out on the softs, very similar wear between the pair. So I wouldn't have thought Nikolaitis would be able to do much about that gap. So Jambu up to 6th. He's got himself past Pav. Those hard tyres starting to struggle. Mediums, he's got the softs left of his final stint as well. I think I've already said that. He's already got 3.5 seconds over Pav. Pav's just got to be a little bit careful. He's only got 3.5 seconds over Surfer Ev. Surfer Ev out on those hard tyres though. Very difficult to drive these off-camber turns. G-Marge 9th, 8 seconds down at the minute. And then Buddy in 10th. On those hard tyres as well. So I think Buddy's on those hard tyres till the end of the race. Strategy going a little bit wrong for Buddy in this one. Potter McPot still leading though, he's held on to that lead. Burnfry has not been able to close the gap down as much as I thought. He has just dropped it below 3 seconds. But he has had to be looking in his rearview mirror for a lot of that, while MRC Bobby's been lurking in his rearview mirror. So the gap to about 2.5 seconds. Racing softs of Burnfry's Lexus starting to look a little bit worn, especially the fronts. Potter McPot out on those racing hards. How long will he stay out on those? Will he run his fuel down, or will he decide to come in a little bit early? Gap down to 2.2 seconds. Bobby's been dropped again, another 3/4 of a second, down to 1.5 seconds between himself and Burnfry. Potter stops out for another lap. Burnfry still out of slipstream range, but he's running quicker, we've seen it. Gap still at 2 seconds down this long straight. Minutes remaining. I see Bobby just trying to do his best to hang on. The tyre wear on that Audi starting to causing some issues now, picking up a little bit of a penalty. He's got a drop as well, so that might compromise his attack on Burnfry. Trying to keep my eye on the little mini map as well, see if there's anything kicking off anywhere else on track. Oh, that's is that Buddy in front, I think? Yes, it is. So 1.5 seconds between race leader and second place Burnfry. Getting it bit wrong through that second to last turn for Burnt Fry. It's allowed Potter to keep that gap. He's actually extended another 10th. So Potter, is he going to stop out? He is. Burnt Fry also going to stop out. Bobby going to stop out as well. Final stint yet to go. Dangly Ball stopping out, holding on to 4th position. Nicolaides looks like he might be diving in the pits. He comes in now. Jambu out on those mediums. He's going to stop out. 46 on the hards. He'll be thinking about getting rid of those. Not a lot of fuel on board for Pav either. Nicolaides just come out of the pit. Surfer Ev comes into the pits this lap as well. Comes in from 8th. G Marge 9th. He stops out on those mediums. So he's only got the soft tyre left to play with at the end of this race as well. And we just catch Buddy getting himself back on track on those hards. He's picked up damage as well for Buddy. Not a great race for himself tonight. Potter McPot still holding on to that lead. The tyre wear on Burnt Fry's car just not allowing him to close the gap up. I'm going to see Potter McPot come in, and he's going to come out on the soft tyre, obviously the faster tyre. Burnt Fry still having to pit as well. And he'll come out on the, I believe, the hard tyre. That might bring Bobby back in the frame because he'll come out on the medium tyre, which will be the slightly quicker tyre. So Potter McPot stops out for another lap. He's got the fuel. Burnt Fry stops out. Bobby comes in then. He's going to take on board fuel and tyres. Go for those mediums. A little blob of fuel. Dangly Balls comes through to take 3rd. He's going to have to take his last stop anyway. So Jambu comes through to take 5th. Bobby back out the pits. Just over half a tank. So that fresh set of racing mediums. He'll run to the end now. So Jambu on the mediums. Like I say, got his final stint to take. Nicolaides, he came in a lap or two ago, so he's got the hard tyre to try and muster around this awkward Fuji circuit. He's got a big gap back to G Marge, 13.8 seconds. But again, G Marge has got the soft tyre to play with at the end. Might be able to close that gap up. Pav 46 just coming out of the pits. Surfer Ev getting it all wrong. So maybe Surfer Ev and Pav having a little bit of a tussle coming out of the pits. Pav winning out up into 8th. Surfer Ev 9th. Out on the racing softs. What's Pav on? So Pav also out on those softs. So Buddy in the pits. Looks like he possibly getting damage repaired. Maybe just had enough of this race, sitting the last bit out. Potter McPot in the pits now then. Burnt Fry follows him in. Bobby has already been in. Where's Bobby gone? But looks like Dangly Ball's going to come in, which is going to release Bob into the wall for Dangly Balls. That's not great. He might pick up damage. No, he's got away with that. So Bob takes race lead. Potter McPot comes out the pits behind him, closely followed by Burnt Fry. Bobby's got 2.5 seconds then over Potter McPot. Potter McPot is out on those soft tyres though. I can't see Bobby holding on to this position for that long. 12.5 minutes. So Burnt Fry also out of the pits on the racing hards. Don't think he's going to be able to make any moves on Potter or Bob on those tyres. But Dangly Ball's back out of the pits in 4th, so he's on the hard tyre as well. He's now only got 3.7 seconds. Nicolaides behind him, also out on the hard tyre. So that could turn out to be a little bit of a fight come the end of this race. Jambu holding on to 6th, the soft tyre. till the end of the race. What's the gaps? 5 seconds in front of Nicolaitis. They're still doable. I struggle to get dangly ball, but we'll see. They're not that far in front, to be perfectly honest. So G Marge 7th. Still yet to pit. He should be in at the end of this lap, otherwise he's going to run out of fuel. Par 46 8th, so he's stopped out on the racing softs, which just leaves him the tail end through that hairpin. So 8th position. Surfer EV, Surfer Ev. Sorry mate, I keep getting your name wrong. Only 2 seconds down at the minute. Sitting in 9th, and yes, looks like Buddy is sitting the end of this race out. It's not a good one. That's a bit of a shame. Bobby still leading then, 1.5 seconds. You can't, you're only allowed to use 1 set of each tyre, Billy. You've got to use 1 set of softs, 1 set of mediums, and 1 set of hards. That's it. No sneaking in for a little set at the end. If they're out, they're out. So the gap down to less than a second between Bobby and Potter. Massive gap starting to develop between Potter in 2nd and Burnfry in 3rd. 7.5 seconds, those hard tyres. Burnfry's really struggling with. So Bob keeping that gap at just about a second. Yeah, that's the rules they've come up with. Otherwise, people would just be in the pits. They'd blast through the hards, blast through the mediums, and just come out softs, wouldn't they? So Potter McPot, 0.4 of a second down on Bobby. Closing up down this start-finish straight. Should be nice and easy for him down here. Closing in on the Audi in front. Fastest lap of the race as well, behind MRC Bobby at 1:36.994. MRC Bobby, give us a wave. Through he goes, Potter McPot. No chance for Bobby to make the cut back on him. Potter McPot just too quick on those faster tyres. Able to pull away a little bit as well. Purple sectors from him straight away. Yeah, there'll be nothing Bob can do about this. To stick pretty close, but I don't think he'll be able to make any moves on Potter McPot. See just how squirrely Bob's car is compared to Potter's. Totally planted on the road on those softs. Bob's is just a little bit loose on some of these faster turns. So Potter slowly just chopping the odd 10th out of Bob's time. A bit of an alien, mate. He is a bit of an alien. Yeah, I've spent a few years. Me and Potter are, me and Potter are very close friends. We live like the other side of town from each other, so I've known Potter for years. But yeah, I mean, I've tried everything I can to get up to his speed on like Nürburgring and stuff. Just I don't know how he does it. It's madness. So he's gained himself a second over MRC Bobby. Slightly warm mediums, just unable to do anything about Potter McPot's softs. Let's just keep an eye on track, see what else we got kicking off. No, Par 46 up into 6th, Surfer Ev 7th, Jambu out the pits on those racing softs. Still holding a bit of front end damage, but closing the gap up on Surfer Ev down here. Surfer Ev, I think, is actually gaining a little bit of a toe from Pav in front. So these three starting to close up at the end of the race. I don't think Surfer Ev's going to be much of a threat. He is on the hard tyre. Surfer Ev to hold on to that one. Still 7 minutes left for Jambu to try and make his way past Surfer Ev. He has only got Pav 46 just in front as well. I expect those soft tyres to be storming past Surfer Ev. Oh, sorry, Surfer Ev's come out of the softs. I thought he had the hard tyres on, but he's coming for his last stop, hasn't he? That's why he's able to fend off Jambu. So Pav 46, Surfer Ev, Jambu look like they are going to be battling this one out to the end. Marge, unfortunately, 12 seconds down from that fight. He's on the soft tyre. The drivers in front are also on the soft tyre. But he's sitting this one out. Potter, he's not managed to run away with it yet. MRC Bobby has kept him in check. He's got half a second back still. 6 minutes remaining. Big gap back to third place, Burnt Fry, 11.5 seconds. So Dagny Ball's in fourth, also out on the hard tyre, so he won't be able to make any moves on Burnt Fry. So Burnt Fry should be a comfortable third in this race. Again, Dagny Ball in fourth, holding on to that one. Bit of a, he's got 10 seconds now to IGTSH Nicolaitis, also out on the hard tyre. Nicolaitis got about 10 seconds over these three, Pav, Jambu and Surfer Ev. Jambu actually getting himself past Surfer. Now he can hunt down Pav 46, only half a second down from him. They're both in the Audi R8. Sorry, pressed the wrong button. So these two are still at it. Bob's not let Pot run away with this one yet. Keep piling the pressure on him, Bob. Tell him you're not going to give him anything for his RC car anymore. I'll put him right off. You are keeping him in check. That's some good driving on those mediums. Potterman Pot out on those soft tyres. Storm past Bob in the first couple of laps after he'd come out. Bob has pretty much kept him in check. I'm just extending to 1 second. Bob getting it a little bit wrong through there. Might have lost a bit of time. No, he hasn't. He's actually gained us a little bit of time. Taking it very tight through these turns. You've got to be careful, Bob. Cautious around these tighter sections. Potter just extending a little bit now. Might just be dropping MRC Bobby from that slipstream range. Yes, extending up to about 1.5 seconds then for Potter McPot. 13.2 back to Burnt Fry in third position. Dudley Ball's fourth, nice and comfortably. So another battle on track, Pav 46 and Jambu. Pav 46 on a pretty worn set of racing softs. Jambu's aren't much better, slightly better. Jambu actually holding a little bit of front end damage, but he's able to be putting the pressure on Pav 46. And then we get a good run down here. Already looking for the move. So he's taking that sixth position already. They are still side by side. Pav actually taking the sixth position back. Trying to keep himself in front, but throws himself across the track. Jambu almost has his nose chopped off, but nice and clean. Bumper to bumper through turn one. Pretty much bumper to bumper through turn one. Jambu going for a move back down the inside. Has to slow it down a little bit too much, allows Pav to just roll it through the outside. Holds on to 6th, then Jambu 7th. Surfer Ev just hanging on to these two, just waiting for a mistake from either one. Actually closes up. Quite happy about these two battling. So G Marge 10.7 back, but he's still sitting this Enduro out. Potter McPot, so he's still got that 1.5 seconds. Bob's still not let him absolutely run away with it. I've only got 1 minute 20 left on the clock. This should become final lap, I would think. Yeah, Potter's pretty good at managing tyres. Cutler's pretty good as well in the minis. I'm sure if you check out Ghost Realm Gaming stream and watch Cutler in the Pro-Am lobby of this, he'll be managing his tyres just as well. So under a minute remaining, Potter McPot leading this race. He's only lost it through the pit window. Still holding 1.5 plus over MRC Bobby in 2nd place. Bobby almost out of fuel, so you better hope there's not another lap to go. Potter getting it a little bit wrong through there. There you go, so you'll know. So around this final turn, they might get another lap. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Potter McPot across the line. 1 second spare. He's not actually finished. He's not finished, Potter McPot. He's not finished. He's not finished, he's got to do another lap. So Bobby takes 2nd. Potter getting it all sorts of wrong. Thought he'd got it right. I thought he got it right. It looked like he got it right, but he must have had point blim of a second left over as he crossed that line, and that's counted as another lap. Got front and rear damage. Not a lot of fuel on board. So Bobby takes 2nd, Burnt Pride takes 3rd, Dangly Ball 4th, Nicolitis takes 5th, Jambu's going to come home 6th, Pab 46 in 7th, Surfer Ev in 8th, we've got MRC Buddy already crossed the line, G Marge going to come home, great big handbrake across the line for G Marge in 9th. Let's go and find Potter. Where's he rolling round? Feeling a bit daft. Well, that would have been a turn-up if Bob had made it across the line as well, wouldn't it? Potter McPot spinning backwards, picking up damage, and Bob just firing himself down the start-finish straight, taking the win right at the end. Some glorious shots of Potter as he drives it on the grass and smashes it into the wall. Potter, you're supposed to be an alien. I've been bigging you up. You're not. No. You're ruining my rep and your own rep. There you go, Burnt Fry. You did alright. Strategy not quite on point, but, you know, you live and learn. So, Potter McPot not even getting time to finish his lap. Should kick him out. Cheers, Billy. Well, not for the racing, obviously. I had no influence on that. Apart from maybe give Bob a bit of grief at the beginning. So, race results, Potter McPot taking the win, sort of, ish, just about. MRC Bobby taking 2nd, Burnt Fry 3rd, his best result in pros apparently. Dangly Ball in 4th, he'll be happy with that. Nicolitis in 5th. Jambu taking 6th place at the end of that race. He did start from the back of the pack and picked up damage. Pav 46 7th, Surfer Ev in 8th, G Marge in 9th, and poor MRC Buddy. I think he'll want to forget tonight. Not the best races for the best race for MRC Buddy. So that was round 5. We have actually got the mid-season break coming up, so no race next week. There's also a midweek break for the minis, but as GT Fun Live mentioned earlier, we've got a team versus team race versus GTFR sim racing group. Next Gen versus GTFR. 2 races, 2 different circuits. What else we got coming up? Let me think. So, what day are we on? Wednesday, of course it is. It's GR3s. Tomorrow night, it's got the final round of P1RC's Mustang GR3 League. That will be at 9 o'clock. I believe that's a St. Croix track again. I think it's one of Baggy Snail's favourites. So that's Thursday night. I've got GTTCC races myself on Friday night. Still don't know whether I'm streaming that one. Still don't know. But I might. I'm not sure. Then what we got? Come on, think. GTCC Friday. P1RC's N300 League on Sunday. That's 9 o'clock. That's been a good league as well. Pav 46 been racing in that one. Burnt Fry as well. I think you saw racing in that one this week. Yep, been some good racing in that one. It's the 90s classics. It's the old Subarus and Ebos and things like that. Been some good racing. And then, like I say, Monday, no minis, but we have got the team versus GTFR. Mid-season break for the GT3s next Wednesday, and then I believe we start on the team versus team event, which I've been telling you lot is Saturday, which it's not. It's on a Thursday, which really screws up my practice for GTTCC on a Thursday, which I'd kind of left free to do practice on a Thursday, thinking that race was on a Saturday. Ruined it myself. So let me try and go through that again. Tomorrow night, Mustang GR3s, P1RC boys, 9 PM. Friday, about 9 PM ish, possibly me racing. Possibly. Sunday, 9 PM, P1RC boys in the 90s Classics N300 League. Monday, 8 o'clock, we've got the team versus team event, mid-season break race. No race on Wednesday. And then following week is the TV race on Thursday. That's it. I'm out of breath. Billy Miller, you're racing Thursday. Which Thursday are you racing? Oh, in the TvT. You're racing in that? Who are you racing for? As if I didn't know. CJ, well done all. Merry Christmas, everyone. That was almost. Right. Billy. I can't do anyway. Right, that's pretty much going to be it. So if you type in, stop it, because I might not answer you, and it might just be a wasted text. God damn it, I've lost another subscriber tonight. I've gone 427, 426. You swines. Never mind. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you liked what you watched. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.